Welcome to the PingPod, the Ping Pong podcast by PingSkills. I'm Jeff Plumb, and with me is Alois, Rosario.
Wow, PingPod again.
PingPod again. Been a little while, but this is episode 43 of the PingPod.
43?
Indeed.
Okay.
And today we're talking about the grip, Alois, in particular the shake hand grip and changing between backhand and forehand. Now generally we always say keep the grip neutral.
Yes.
But we've just been doing a few experiments and we're getting a lot of questions about this. Is it okay to change the grip? So we thought we'd talk a bit about it.
Yep, good idea. So I think, in general, if you keep in mind, especially when you're learning, keep your grip the same. So when we talk about keeping it the same, it's a nice neutral grip right in the middle where you can play backhands and forehands just as easily. So your backhand grip and your forehand grip are exactly the same. But as we start to progress and we start to want to generate a little bit more speed and a little bit more spin, you can start to make subtle changes with your grip, I think, Jeff.
Okay, yeah, and we did a little bit of an experiment just before Alice where we were playing backhands and forehands and trying to topspin.
Yep.
And for me, I think I do slightly change it, but hardly at all. I think on the backhand I just use my finger here just to push on the bat a little bit and angle it back towards what people would call more a backhand grip, but it's very subtle.
Yes.
And then on the forehand, I just angle it back again. And so it's almost a seamless change that happens just from switching from the backhand to the forehand. And it's more when I'm topspinning. If I'm blocking, I think I pretty much keep the same grip. How did you find it?
Yeah, I found it exactly the same. So when I'm blocking, it's basically the same on both sides. But yeah, once I start to want to play a more attacking stroke, especially with the backhand and forehand topspin, then I start to change a little bit. So what happens is I've got some air, I've got some space in here, and that space is where I use to start to change the angle of the grip. Okay, so and the way I'm doing it is I'm putting a little bit of pressure here to change it slightly that way and that way. So you can see that I'm just changing it very subtly, and it's only a very small movement of my pointer finger or there. And I'm also utilizing my middle finger here a little bit just to push it around slightly as well. So you can see by doing that, it changes the angle of my racket slightly. So it isn't much at all. It's not like I'm turning the bat around in my hand here and then turning it around there. It's just a very subtle little change used by just the end of my pointer finger there and the middle finger just changing it around there a little bit. So that's how I get the changes. Yeah, what about you?
Excuse me, got a bit of a cough in my throat there.
Yep. Are you okay, Jeff?
I think I'm okay,
Good,
thank
okay,
you.
Good. All right. So
yeah, same thing. I think just a very subtle thing.
Yep.
But we do get some questions about players altering it quite a lot, and I think that can be detrimental because you're going to get caught out in between grips.
Yeah, and that's the real key. If you're trying to do something where you just haven't got the time to do it and to change, then it's just not going to work. If you're making big changes from here to here, then Jeff, are you all right?
Oh boy! Excuse me. Stuck right in the throat. Something really.
No good.
No good.
Bugs.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. So I think just making those subtle changes is okay. Don't try and make big changes with your grip because you just don't have time. The game's just too fast.
So is it something you ever focused on?
No.
No. So maybe should people experiment a little bit just for some fun?
Yeah. See, I think the key is if you keep your fingers relaxed, then you will have the ability to just make those subtle changes. As soon as you grip your bat too tight, then any change becomes really difficult to change. I mean, it's hard to demonstrate here, but if I've got my bat really hard in my hand there, then to try and change the angle takes a lot of muscles. But if it's completely loose and relaxed, then it doesn't take much to change the angle of my racket at all. So that's where we talk about a little bit of space in here, nice relaxed fingers and hands. So your thumb's relaxed, your four fingers relaxed, and the other three fingers are also relaxed, so that you can maneuver and change the angle.
Yeah, and like you said, that's not only good for then switching between backhand and forehand, that's also good for delicate return to serve and things like that.
So when you're making that short push, you've got a nice relaxed grip. You can absorb the speed and the spin on the ball as well.
Alright, so we'd love to know your thoughts. Leave a comment to let us know about your grip, whether you hold it really tight and whether you switch between the backhand and forehand. And we'll keep the discussion going on our blog. So thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next PingPod.
Bye.
Bye.